Immigration is the thing that kind of got in the way the most. Like logistically, it is kind of a nightmare, but again, the good thing is that the US is quite supportive of like an entrepreneurial approach to art making, and so there is a lot of support for small and medium businesses. So that was good, but the immigration hurdle was something that we found to be the most challenging. And while tabling at different zine fests, one of our zines titled "Evolution of a Dream," which is this one that you see here, it kind of struck a chord with our audience, and it was basically a very short project about some just like some musings about the immigration experience. And this zine eventually evolved into a short film called Passage. Passage is a story about a young woman's immigration journey and her experience of the American dream. And it was created in response to a global rise in anti-immigrant sentiment, and particularly in response to the 2016 US presidential elections. And this is a trailer. So this is a project we created in 2019, and right now Passage is sort of in the kind of end of its festival journey. But the success of Passage and a lot of positive responses from our audience has kind of encouraged us to continue exploring ideas that were personally relevant and had universal appeal. And so we continued to build a body of work, and we found that conversations about family, home, and belonging were, perpetually like at the forefront of a lot of the things that we were creating. And so continuing in that vein, earlier this year, we had an opportunity to make an augmented reality project for Adobe's Festival of the Impossible, which is basically it's an in-person festival that happened virtually this year. So in this case, we used a combination of Adobe Aero and footage shot in quarantine, which was sort of limited to in and around our apartments and neighborhood. And the audio that you'll see here is from various interviews with our family members responding to their idea of home. And we kind of wanted to frame it from like the point of view of our family. And it's kind of like the conversations that the excerpts are from are kind of focused on the time around which me and Shaivalini left India to pursue our career. So we'll just play the film for you.
Home is a place where members of the family stay together, celebrate their joys together, share their sorrows together. And it's a place where you define your own rules.
It really was like a love-hate relationship. Like you love your home, but you also want freedom.
It would be unlikely that your home would be a continuity of our home. You should go where your career takes you. If that takes you abroad, whether it means away from parents, that is fine.
When you come from a place like India, there is one thing you take for granted, that there are always somebody within arm's reach to support and talk to you.
So many things happened, and we were only able to see these things because you all were around. After you all left, many things stopped.
That freedom came at a cost because I had to make a new start in a new country. So the love-hate relationship has changed into like freedom and longing.
So now we are just digitally connected.
The technology and helps in bridging the gap, bridging the distance.
It's different because It's the same way as when you can touch, feel, hug. A screen can't replace that.
I think social interaction with close family members should continue. So otherwise, there's a feeling of
Isolation
loneliness and isolation.
and loneliness.
My ideal home will definitely have all of us together. How can I live in this space where I have my own freedom, but also have that familial comfort? That is a dream for me.